So then we're going to move into the hip. So we've done this, and now we're just going to continue our journey, our yang journey. So I'm going to work the hip, so I'm going to position the leg, and this knee is coming to stabilize the back of the sacrum. And then I'm going to bring my leg over and place it in front of the knee here to lock this leg in. And I'm going to bring this arm down because it's been up too long. But while I'm here, I might as well just add a little stretch. And now I'm going to continue. So I left off here. And now I'm right over the area where I want to do some compression. And I want to compress into the soft tissue of the hip. So I can feel the bony landmarks of the greater trochanter of the femur and the lateral border of the sacrum. So all in between that, like a big crescent moon, is the soft tissue of the gluteal muscles, and meridians, gallbladder and bladder come through here. So I'm going to use the palm of my hand, which fits very nicely here, and just lean in and compress. And I'm going to pivot around the greater trochanter. Just use that as my center and just sink in. How's that pressure?
It's good.
It's a nice, easy way to get in there. Nice tool. You can change hands so you can get this back part. And if your size accommodates, you can use the flat portion of your arm and come in and apply a little bit more direct pressure into the musculature. So I'm using not so much the point, but the flat portion here, and just sinking right in. It's a nice way to get tensor fasciae lata very nicely. And then down into the medius maximus. And then we're going to continue with palmar compression. So again, we try not to work out of rotation. There, we try to keep the work in front of us so that we can come from center and just allow our weight to transfer in. And we're just going to do some nice palmar compression right in. If you're thinking musculature or tendon, it's the iliotibial band. But the gallbladder meridian runs right through the side. It has right into the side of the knee. I'm going to come back and be a little bit more specific with thumb pressure. So I'm using the greater trochanter and the side of the knee as a sight line. It's going right towards it. But again, because the musculature is thick, I'm going to use a braced thumb. And just sink in. Sinking in on the exhale. You want that, let that breath pace your work, and you want that exhale to allow you to sink in and engage the person. So the breath is controlling the duration and the depth. And then the meridian continues through the lower lateral compartment of the leg. So it goes through the peroneal muscles more. So you can add compression with the palm of your hand, or what I've been doing lately is just coming, because it's right there, the arch of my foot, and just hanging in. It's a nice wide compression, and the arch of your foot naturally goes over the contour of the lower leg. Pressure's okay?
It is. It's good.
And then this particular meridian, the gallbladder meridian, comes down and in, because it's yang, harder surface of the body, it comes in front of the malleolus. And when we took the quiz today, one of the subjects we were being quizzed on was the source points, or the balancing points of the meridians. So the source point for the gallbladder meridian is gallbladder 40, and it's right in front of the lateral malleolus and at the bottom. So try finding that on yourself. So it's on the outside of your foot, just in front of and below, there's a little indentation. You need to go in there and see if there's any sensitivity. Nick, how's that feeling?
It's very tender.
Very tender. Can you say that a little louder for the camera, Nick?
It's very tender.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
That's very good. So you want to hold the source point, you know, like we said, a couple of complete breaths to allow the chi to normalize. And then you continue with digital compression right outside the fourth toe, because that's the end point of the gallbladder meridian, the fourth toe. Okay, now one more bit ending this sequence, and is that we're going to compress up the extended leg now. So we came down yang, gallbladder, and now we're going to start at the feet and move up for the yin meridians of the leg, which are spleen, liver, and kidney. So this first is just, we're just going to do some nice broad compression. So spleen, liver, and kidney. So you're doing this, and then all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, I remember something about the spleen meridian. I remember that it starts in the lower corner of the medial big toe, and that the source point is right at the base of the big toe. So why don't I just do that source point while I'm here? Because that makes it a little bit more significant. Pressure's okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that's what we're going to start doing, including a few source points. If you can bring any sense of specificity into the meridian, we talked about how the spleen curls up underneath the tibia. After some nice broad compression, and again, the same premise about keeping the work in front of me and not working out of rotation. So I'm just compressing here. I might want to be a little bit more specific to the spleen meridian and go right up underneath the tibia. And notice, I always not only feel here, but I look for working signs too. You know, make sure that pressure's adequate. So now we're going to come up. Here's the knee. So very light pressure into the side of the knee. And very light pressure just immediately above the knee because of the sensitivity of the attachments of the adductors. But after that, and you get into the more supported, wider area of the thigh, where the adductors are, but also where the spleen, liver, and kidney meridians run, we can do a little bit more compression. So we're going to do a variety of compressions here, and I want you to try them all out when we do the exchanges. See what suits you and the client better at the time. So there's Palmer compression, obviously. Popular compression. We also knee. And you notice I'm using this knee, not that knee. When you use this knee and you're compressing up, your body naturally opens up so you can apply pressure better. If you're using the other knee, you're coming across your body, and it's a little counterintuitive for creating space. You could also use the arch of your foot. Again. And then also good compression. So in
You can
Thomas,
read a book or something.
I just look out the window. In Thai massage, they call this a blood stop, and it doesn't stop the blood, but it backs the flow up, and it builds some pressure up, so that when you get up, the back pressure cleanses the meridians more. Just shoots, lets the blood flow a little bit more rapidly, like because there's back pressure. So it's a very nice way of sending nice energy through the leg that you just opened up. That pressure's okay?
Yeah.
So one interesting thing that I found out recently about this is that as I'm sitting here, I can gauge the pressure that Nick feels, I believe, by shifting my spine, my acclimation, my alignment back. So you tell me if this is more pressure, Nick, when I go like that.
Sort of.
I'll go with sort of.
A little bit.
I'll go with a little bit. So this way you can do a little bit more.
didn't feel like it at first, but I think it is longer now.
Now it's a lot.
Now it's a lot. So then when you get up easiest. And we're going to finish with this stretch. So y'all come over here. So the last thing is we're going to do a nice stretch. So we're going to stretch the top leg. This is to help open up the front yang channels, most of the stomach, but also it's a very good psoas stretch. So you're going to grab a hold of the top leg at the ankle and bring it back. And then you're going to come and sit down and place your knee, this portion, not your knee, but the side of your lower leg, right in the lower back. So it's not on the sacrum, it's above the sacrum in the lower back. And you're just going to lean back with this. It's okay so far?
Mm-hmm.
2 hands. Now everything's right in front of me. Now I'm just going to have you inhale and exhale. How's that right there? Is that enough?
Yeah, it's enough.
So nice, the leg is nice and parallel. The work's in front of me. Notice how this leg is up, supporting their leg so that it's nice and parallel. I have a 2-hand connection here. And I'm simply just leaning back. And then to come out of it, and then to bring them back into supine so you can transfer over to the other leg, you're going to grab a hold here and just let the leg come down easy. And then simply come up. You bring them into supine. So that's how you transfer it to the other leg. Okay? And can we end with a shot of that scone in the box, please? Okay, y'all, so let's try that now.
Awesome. Thank you.